Welcome once again. Today we will learn about this finite transmission line and its wave characteristics. So let us say this is a transmission line and we have a generator here. The voltage of generator is given by Vz, that's Vz, and impedance is given by Zz. Okay, so this is the port where we have considered the applied input. So input here is Vi, that is I stand for input, and if we look from this side, the impedance will be Zi. So Zi is the input impedance, and for this transmission line of particular length, the propagation constant is gamma and characteristic impedance is Z0. Now we have assumed here 2 points here. This is the first point and this is the second. So the load impedance is ZL. Okay, L stand for load. Similarly, the voltage is this VL and the current is IL. So here let us consider this arbitrary point on this transmission line like this, given by this dotted line, and the total length of this transmission line from that point to this load is L, and this here at this point Z is equal to 0 and this Z dash is equal to L. Okay, and from that point to this arbitrary point, this is Z, and if this is from that point to this point is L, then that would be L minus Z, that will be equal to Z dash. So this is the some parameters or some variables we will use to characterize this finite transmission line. Now we have already discussed this, the voltage at any point line as a function of Z is given by Vz is equal to V naught plus e raised power minus gamma Z plus V naught minus e raised power gamma Z. So this is the transmitted wave we have already discussed, and this is the reflected wave. Similarly, for current we can write this Iz is equal to I naught plus e raised power minus gamma Z plus I naught minus e raised power gamma Z. Okay, and again we have a transmitted wave here for this current, and this is the reflected wave. Now characteristic impedance is defined as this ratio of the emitted voltage and the transmitted current. Okay, you can also define it for this reflected wave. For the reflected wave, ratio will be this voltage upon current, but the sign will be different. The negative sign is there. This is because if this is a transmitted wave is from this generator. This is the generator to the load. So the direction is like that, and this reflected wave will be from this load to generator. So obviously the direction is different. So this is the direction of the transmitted wave, and this is the direction of the reflected wave. So this direction is opposite. That's this negative sign signifies that. Now we know that for this circuit theory we have already studied that perfect matching is when this input impedance is equal to this complex conjugate of the load impedance, or vice versa. Okay, so the maximum power will be transferred, or you can say that your circuit is matched. But for this transmission line, the matching concept is slightly different. Now line is matched when the load impedance is equal to the characteristic impedance of the line. Okay, you can say that this transmission line is matched when load impedance is equal to characteristic impedance, not this complex conjugate of Z0. So there is a slightly difference in the concept. You have to remember this concept. Now we can also write this for any point. Let us say this for that load here. You can see this at these points. Okay, the voltage is VL and the current is IL. Okay, and the value of Z is L. So in these equations, equation 1 and 2, just put that values, okay, and you can write these equations. VL, V naught plus e raised power minus gamma L, V naught minus e raised power gamma L. IL is equal to I naught minus e raised power minus gamma L plus I naught minus V naught e raised power gamma L. Okay. So now we know that by using this relation, we have already seen this equation. This is V naught plus divided by I naught plus is equal to Z naught. So what is this I naught plus? I naught plus is I naught plus is V naught plus divided by Z naught. So we have replaced this I naught plus from V naught plus and Z naught. Similarly, this put the value of this I naught minus, that will also that is also equal to this V naught minus divided by I naught minus. So we have put the value here. Okay, now just divide this equation by Z naught. So Z VL by Z naught, and the whole term will be divided by the Z naught. Okay, so here is also Z naught. Okay, we have missed here. So here is also divided by Z naught, and this we have write this equation as it is here. This equation is as it is. Now we can solve this equation. Okay, just add this equation. Add this term will be cancelled out. In the addition, this term will be cancelled out. So you can get here this left hand side will be added like this. VL divided by Z naught plus IL is equal to, that will be the twice of V naught. This is 2. Okay, this is 2. V naught plus divided by Z naught. This is Z naught. Okay, e raised power minus gamma L. So from here you can find out the value of this V naught plus. So you can write directly here this, the value of V naught plus, that will be equal to what? 1 by 2. Okay, 1 by 2. From that equation you can solve it for V naught plus. So you will get here V naught plus is equal to 1 by 2 VL, that one. Take this Z naught and this cross multiply and open the, so you can write here IL Z naught and e raised power gamma L. So this is the value of V naught plus. Now similarly, if you subtract these two equations, okay, subtract, so that will be minus here, okay, minus here, and plus will be here. So in place of this term, that term will be cancelled out, and you will get the value of V naught minus. So I am writing it directly. You will get the value of V naught minus, okay, by subtracting, okay, this equation from that equation. Okay, so you can write here V naught 1 by 2, V naught minus is equal to 1 by 2. So in place of this plus sign, that will be converted to minus because subtraction was performed. So you will get Z naught e raised power minus gamma L. Okay, this term. So that will remain. So that will go to the another side. So that will be that minus. Okay. So these two terms are there. Okay. So we'll use these terms to find out the some values. So now you can put these values here. Okay. So let us go to the previous slide and give this numbering to these equation. Let us say this is equation 1. This is equation 2. So we'll put the values of this V naught plus here. We have calculated the value of V naught plus, and this V naught minus, we'll put the values here. So after putting the values, we'll put the value here. You'll get this. You'll get this Vz is equal to, so let us solve it. Okay, after solving we can write this values. Okay, so the value of this Vz was, what was the Vz? So let us rewrite this. V naught plus. What is V naught plus? This is the value of V naught plus. Okay, let us rewrite it. Okay, V naught plus e raised power minus gamma z plus V naught minus e raised power gamma z. So what is the value of this V naught plus? Put that value. So Vz is equal to, after putting the value of V naught plus, 1 by 2 VL plus IL Z naught e raised power gamma L e raised power minus gamma Z. What is the value of V naught minus? This is the value. So put that value here. I naught VL minus IL Z naught e raised power minus gamma L e raised power gamma Z. So this is the value. Now solve it. So if you solve it, you will get the value of this Vz. Open these brackets, cross multiply, and keep this IL term, this current term, at one place, and this VL term at another place. Okay, open this brackets, cross multiply. Similarly, if you just take the value, we will write it. After solving the values, this value, we will write the equations. So for this, similarly for this Iz, what is the value for this in this equation? Put that value in this equation. Okay, so Iz is equal to, what is the value of Iz? You can write here Iz was this I naught plus e raised power minus gamma z, I naught minus e raised power minus gamma z. Okay, so we have a relation between this I naught plus and this V naught plus. So you can write there V naught plus divided by Z naught. This is Iz. Okay, e raised power minus gamma z minus. So you can get here V naught minus divided by Z naught. So we have used this relation again here. Okay, so e raised power. So here is this plus gamma z. So put the value of this V naught plus here and V naught minus. So after putting and solving these values, so you'll get this Vz is equal to IL divided by 2 ZL plus Z naught e raised power gamma L minus Z plus ZL minus Z naught e raised power minus gamma L minus Z. Similarly, you can write it for this Iz after solving that equation, putting the value of V naught plus and V naught minus. So you will get that value for this Vz. So let us say this equation is that 3 and this equation is 4. So we have already marked the equation 1 and 2. Now here if you just go through that figure we have drawn, the transmission line figure. There we have assumed that this is the transmission line. Here you can see that this L minus Z is equal to Z dash, and the last equation we have derived, and for that equation this Vz Iz we have this term L minus Z here. In all these exponential terms we have L minus Z. Okay, so we can write here that these equations, so the modified version of these equations, because this L and Z are this appear together, so the combination effect we can write this, so that's V Z dash. So this is the equation for V Z dash, so that will be IL divided by 2, this is the ZL plus Z naught e raised power gamma Z dash, because this L minus Z is Z dash, we have shown in that diagram. So this equation is, this is plus ZL minus Z naught e raised power minus gamma Z dash. So this is the value. Make it close. So mark this equation as a 5. Similarly for this I z dash, that will be equal to IL divided by 2 z naught ZL plus Z naught e raised power gamma Z dash minus ZL minus Z naught e raised power minus gamma Z dash. So this is equation 6. So similarly we can modify this equation. Okay, for this we can write this equation in this cos hyperbolic form. Now we know that we have a formula for this cos hyperbolic and the psi hyperbolic. So we can write this formula here. E raised power, let us say gamma z plus e raised power minus gamma z. So that will be equal to 2 cos hyperbolic gamma z. Similarly for this e raised power gamma z minus e raised power minus gamma z, that will be equal to 2 sin hyperbolic gamma z. Okay, so we can use these equations. Now you can see here, if you can write this equation in this cos hyperbolic and the sin hyperbolic terms, or we can write, if you open this bracket, open this bracket and cross multiply. Let us do it for this Vz dash. So this equation Vz dash equal to what? IL divided by 2. Open this bracket. ZL e raised power gamma z dash plus Z naught e raised power gamma z dash plus ZL e raised power minus gamma z dash minus Z naught e raised power minus gamma z dash. Okay, now this equation, this term and this term, take this ZL common. So and take this 2, and you can write this Vz dash is equal to IL. So these two terms will be combined to form, and this 2 will go inside ZL. So that will be cos hyperbolic gamma z dash, taking this ZL common. So that will be e raised power gamma z minus, plus e raised power minus gamma z. So that will be equal to that. Okay, divided by 2 is there. Okay, if you divide by that 2, that will be only cos hyperbolic gamma z. So that will be the term. Similarly, this term and this term, take Z naught common here. If you take the Z naught common, so that will be 2 is there, divided by 2 is there, so that will be equal to sin hyperbolic gamma z dash. So this will be like this, and let us say it is 7. Similarly, solve it for, open the bracket and solve it for this Iz dash. So for this Iz dash, that will be equal to IL divided by this Z naught. So ZL, I am writing it directly, sin hyperbolic gamma z dash plus Z naught cos hyperbolic gamma z dash. So this is the value, this is equation 8. Okay, now this you can find out. So you have the value of this voltage at any point on the transmission line, finite transmission line, and the value of current is also there. So you take the ratio of these two, voltage divided by current, you will get the value of impedance at any point. So the ratio of this ratio, I'm writing here, Vz dash divided by Iz dash. Let us write it as Z dash, Z dash, and this is the impedance when we look towards the load and of the line at a distance of Z dash. So that will be equal to, take that ratio. If you take the ratio, so let us write here. So this term z dash, that will be equal to the ratio, divide this term, divide the 7 equation by 8. So I'm writing it here. So this IL will be cancelled out. So and when this 1 upon z naught, that will be equal to z naught. So that term ZL cos hyperbolic gamma z dash plus z naught sin hyperbolic gamma z dash divided by this ZL sin hyperbolic gamma z dash plus z naught cos hyperbolic gamma z dash. So this is the value. You can divide this numerator and denominator by this cos hyperbolic gamma z dash. Okay, if you divide, you can write, just divide this numerator and denominator by cos this term, cos hyperbolic gamma z dash. So you will get this z naught. So you will get here z naught, because that will be cancelled out, and plus this z naught tangent hyperbolic gamma z dash divided by this ZL tangent hyperbolic gamma z dash plus z naught, this term. So that will be equal to z dash. So this term is very important. Okay, this you have to remember this. Let us rewrite this here. So we have got that value. So this is also called the input impedance, that is equal to z dash. Okay, we have got that value, that the z naught and this ZL plus z naught tangent hyperbolic gamma z dash divided by this z naught plus ZL tangent hyperbolic gamma z dash. Okay, now we have written it for this input impedance. Okay, now when it is called as an input impedance, for this we have written it for z is equal to 0. Then you can say that z is equal to L. So the term will be replaced by this z naught ZL plus z naught tangent hyperbolic. So this gamma z dash will be replaced by L, because we are saying that this z is equal to 0 and z dash is equal to L. So you can write here z naught plus ZL tangent hyperbolic gamma L. So this is the input impedance, and you have to remember this value because there are so many questions in PSUs on this input impedance. Now let us discuss a very important special case for the finite transmission line. Now let us assume that this load impedance is equal to characteristic impedance Z naught. You can say that we have terminated our transmission line with the characteristic impedance of the transmission line. So for that particular case, these equation 3 and 4. So this ZL is equal to Z naught, this term in this equation 3 will be equal to 0, and here this term will also be equal to 0. Okay, so this you can write here these equations, and if this is equal to this Z naught is equal to ZL, so that will be equal to Z naught. Okay, so that we can rewrite this equation, this Vz is equal to what? So that will be Z naught plus Z naught, 2Z naught, and this 2 will be cancelled out. So you can write this IL is equal to Vz is equal to IL Z naught e raised power gamma L, you can say gamma minus gamma z dash, you can say gamma z dash. So we have modified that equation, so gamma z dash you can say. And similarly for this iz, if you, this term will be 0, that term will be 0, and put z is equal to z naught, so z naught will be cancelled out. So you will get this IL. What is IL? IL is equal to I input. So you will get here IL e raised power minus gamma z dash. So this is iz dash. Okay. So let us rewrite it here. Okay. So for that particular case, iz and this z is equal to z naught. So vz, roughly we can write this vz is equal to v input e raised power minus gamma z. Okay, this is the approximate value. Similarly for this current, you can write this I input e raised power minus gamma z. Now if you compare it with this standard term, this was this v naught plus e raised power minus gamma z plus v naught minus e raised power gamma z. Okay, this is the transmitted wave. Okay, this is the transmitted wave, and this is the reflected wave. Now we do not have this reflected wave now here. Similarly for this iz, we have that value v naught plus e raised power minus gamma z plus I naught minus e raised power gamma z. Again transmitted wave. So no reflected wave. If you compare these two equations with these standard equations, okay, only transmitted wave is there when this transmission line is terminated with the reflected wave. And we have already studied that in the case of the infinite transmission line, this transmission line is extended to infinity. Okay, if this is what, this is Vz. Okay, if this transmission line is this extended to infinity, we do not have this reflected wave, only transmitted wave is there. Okay, nothing will be reflected back. So when this this ZL is equal to Z naught, you can say that when a finite transmission line is terminated with its own characteristic impedance, means ZL is equal to Z naught. Or you can say when the transmission line is matched. This is also a matching condition we have already discussed. The voltage and the current distribution on the line are exactly the same as though the line has been extended to infinity. So you can say that that transmission line which has been terminated with its own characteristic impedance will behave as an infinite transmission line. You can say that. Okay, and this is a very important this concept. Okay, this is a very important special case. Thank you. Thanks for watching.